how much more income by multiple do you think Rafa makes relative to the average nurse without cheating and looking on Google? Do you think he makes 10 times more than the average nurse, or 100 times more, or what? 30x, 300x, 100x? So 530 times more than the average nurse. 2021, Rafa did ballpark 40 mil. The average nurse in 2020 did 75. Now, who understands that some people out there look at that and they have their buttons all kind of pushed because the nurses are saving people's lives and they're doing some pretty grueling stuff and they're having some new challenges in the last few years and they don't get paid a whole lot all the time. Who understands? Mm-hmm. And people are then, you sort of do this comparison, what I'm giving you guys here, and they say, oh, these fucking sports people make 50 million a year and all this kind of thing. The nurses should get paid more. Who's heard this kind of argument before? Here's the thing with that. You get paid based on the outcome that you're pushing out. Now, if you want to go and impose onto the marketplace what you think is a better outcome, you will have your buttons pushed when you compare this kind of thing. And you think that the nurses are saving lives, that's a better outcome, bigger outcome than someone who can swing a tennis racket, they should get paid more. That's the argument that a lot of people have. But the truth of it is, the outcome is literally the impact that you can make multiplied by the number of people that you can make it to. And so if you can make a very small impact on someone, if you can entertain them for 3 hours in a Grand Slam final, but 50 million motherfuckers are watching, and you got thousands or tens of thousands of people who are paying thousands of dollars each for a seat to be in the grandstand to watch the final. Very small outcome, person for person, but when you have that much scale, it sounds a bit crazy to say, but if you look at it from a base level, fundamental units, energetic level of outcome, Rafa is producing more of an outcome. Now, nurses, by the way, could get paid more, and here's how they would do it. They would go on strike, and they've done it recently. If there's enough momentum in that movement, and the supply of nurses drops, and the demand of nurses goes up, and they're short-staffed of nurses, guess what will happen? The market will naturally want to pay more for nurses, and the pay goes up. But here's the thing, as soon as the pay goes up, more people flood in to become nurses. Imagine if all of a sudden nurses could get paid $200,000, $300,000 a year. Guess who wants to be nurses now? Everyone. And there's so much supply of nurses and little demand for nurses that guess what? Pay goes down. And it goes down and down and down until people are like, I'll work for that. I'll do nursing for that. And eventually it gets to the balancing point. And the balancing point is right where the market is. And so the market has a tremendous ability to self-equilibrate. And if you really can fathom that and understand that, you realize something. You realize that the market is perfectly fair as it is. And you don't want to tell that. I put a little zip face because you don't want to tell that to a lot of people, everyone. You don't want to tell that to a lot of poor people. They don't fucking like hearing it. No. That they are getting paid perfectly fair based on the laws of economics.